today. I have nothing really planned, except just to have fun, and even that is not even a sure thing here. So right now, what am I in? I'm in free perspective. I think it's good. I'm gonna stick with this. I've got a pre-made box here. It's 200 by 200 by 150, which you can see up right about now, up here in the top. Dimension-wise, I don't know what I want to build, but I do have an idea. I think I want to do a house. Maybe something fun. So let me go attach. We're gonna go. I got this here. Let's go. Yeah, let's change the size there. So I'm gonna change the size of the to like that because I kind of want to do something. A house that has maybe sort of a rounded part to it. I'm not sure what it's gonna look like. I'm just gonna kind of feel it out as we go. And beyond that, I don't know. Just put some music on, listening to some Bach, Futura, Carlos Futura. I'm assuming it's Futura because it was made in like I want to say probably 1972, and that's what the future sounded like. You know, I mean, we were promised jetpacks, right, at one point. And where are those now? Where are those jetpacks? You know, people have always had these ideas of what the future might look like, what it might sound like, what it might become. So right now my main goal is to just kind of, I don't know, make what a house might look like. I'm not really sure. Let's see. And so right now, maybe this is a good layout. I'm not really thinking about it in terms of what the end result will look like. I'm thinking about it more in terms of, I suppose. Here, let me do that real quick. All right, so let's go ahead and extrude or whatever this is called. We're gonna attach this whole face here. We're gonna lift it up, kind of make it look like a house now. And I'm gonna erase. Kind of want to erase these right here. So let's go ahead and do something like that. So I wanted something rounded, but at the same time I wanted something with a little bit more, maybe something like that. You know, something with a little bit of a face to it there. And I'm going to keep adding in some stuff. Let's see. Right now, I'm kind of assuming, or I'm in my mind, I see sort of like a, I see something like a patio, I guess. Like a patio. I don't know. I don't have a patio. I don't have a house. I don't really have a house. I'm just assuming how I'm drawing a house in the way somebody might draw a unicorn. It's like I don't know. I've never really seen one before, except for all the ones in the suburbs. But I as far as like actually knowing what they look like, I'm just sort of going off memory. I don't really know. I don't know. It's good to think outside the your area of expertise sometimes because you maybe will bring something new to it that you wouldn't be able to bring to it otherwise. Meaning, if I was an architect, I'm sure at some point all my designs would start to get stagnant because I would be designing the same stuff over and over again. I'm assuming. I don't know. Just trying to. I don't know. Something like that, maybe. Just like a step. We'll see. We'll see how that looks in the future. Once the jetpacks have taken over. Something like that. I don't know. Yeah, a couple steps. They're not really. I'm not doing them according to any real design, like in the sense that I'm just sort of like they're roughly even on design. I want to say maybe like I feel like each step is similarly height. Like the height of each step is roughly the same. I'm just gonna eyeball that. I'm gonna leave it there for now, and then I'm going to let's see. I'm gonna erase. I want to put like a window here. It's not really a bay window, but it's a bay window, the kind that sticks out a little bit. So I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna make that like that right there. I'm gonna just subtract a few more layers, give myself a chance to maybe put some glass in there as well as you know what? There's a better way to do it. I'll just do something like that right there. That gives me a spot to kind of like build inside of here. So right now I'm using, looks like I'm on this material right here because it's highlighted. So I'm going to pick one next to it. I'm going to change it to blue or something. I don't know. I don't know. I always assume glass is blue because it's reflecting the sky. I don't think glass really has a color. It's sort of like, does water have a flavor? I mean, I would argue that water has a flavor. It tastes like water, but what does that even taste like? You know? I mean, water, I think water absorbs other flavors really well. So it's like kind of like a white, it's like a canvas that you can draw on. You know? So we're already talking about this kind of stuff, aren't we? I don't know. Water doesn't really have a flavor as far as I'm concerned. It's like it does taste like water, and you can also taste different kinds of water, right? Like I'm sure if you've ever lived in the city, you taste the water there, and then you go to like a farm and you taste their well water, and it's like this tastes totally different. Like there's minerals in it, and it just has a totally different flavor. And that's okay. It's just that everywhere you go, I remember when I lived in New York. New York apparently has some of the best water in the country, you know, and that's what they always say about like the bagels are great here and the pizza's great. It's in the water. I don't even know if that's the right accent. It's in the water. But that was always what people told me, that the reason why the dough and things like that tasted really good was because of the water. I'm adjusting myself. That wasn't me just talking like that's not my normal speaking voice. That's the accent that comes out when I get confused. People always talk about when I'm angry. You hear my other accent, like my Texas accent comes out. I'm like, hey y'all, I'm angry right now. Like it only comes out when I'm angry. But then when I'm confused, my other accent. Oops, wrong way. My other accent comes out, which is the one where I'm just kind of like perplexed. Oops, wrong thing. Here, I'm gonna hit Alt and grab that color, and we're gonna pull it forward a little bit. I'm gonna make this a patio. I think. I just don't think it needs to be that deep. You know, doesn't need to be that deep. I don't know what I'm talking about. I do feel like I don't know if I have an accent. Like if I hadn't said I was from Texas, I don't know if that would be obvious or not. I'm assuming that there's things about ourselves that we don't really know. We can't really know unless somebody tells us. We all have blind spots to our the choices we make and why we make those choices and how we think we come across to other people, and other people are like, nope, we see right through you. And you're like, this is why I need friends, because they'll tell me when I have spinach in my teeth. They'll tell me when my personality has spinach in its teeth also. So yeah. So, but I'm assuming I don't have an accent, I know what they say. When you assume, sometimes you are right. Is that the saying? I think that's the saying. Alright, so I'm going to make like a little... I'm going to do that. Okay, that's good. I'm just kind of... This is just me making a... I'm going to make like what is the equivalent of a... like a... One of these, like a little, what are they called, railing, outside, like on a patio, or on the front porch. Again, I don't know what a house is. I've heard about these things, but if I select that, it's gonna select the whole thing. Yeah, okay, I don't want to do that. So I just want to select the. Let's see, which one of these do you help? I'm assuming one of these is gonna help. And I think I may, I may just have to do it like this way. This is not the ideal way to do it, so don't like quote me on this. And if you do cite your sources, give me full credit for my stupidity here. Yeah, I don't think that works. What am I trying to do? Oh, maybe it's this one. There we go. Yeah, it's under Marquis. Let me grab that. Marquis de Sade has nothing to do with this, in case you're wondering. This is not a commission. I never read Marquis de Sade. I mean, Marquis de Sade is one of those authors that I'm sure a lot of people have heard of, and maybe not as many people have read. Let's see. I'm going to rotate this, because I just copy-pasted it, and that's what it's going to look like, because I just want it to look like that. That's what I want. I'm going to bring it up to there. Yeah, Marquis de Sade's one of those people that, or I guess authors that, as far as I know, like, they have a reputation, but I don't know what that reputation is. Other than they have a reputation. I know that the Marquis de Sade wrote like some. What am I doing? Okay, that's what I'm doing. Wrote some works that shocked the normies, the regulars, the non. He wrote stuff that. Okay. Here we go. Let's just finally get this right. There we go. But other than that, I don't know. I don't actually know much about Marquis de Sade. Marquis de Sade, the works. Maybe that's the thing I should do. I don't know. I'm not really of the opinion that you should do new things. I mean, I get it. I'm not gonna sit here and say you shouldn't do new things. Because I'm playing with Magic of Voxel, and this is a program I've used before. But it's I haven't really streamed it much before, so I'm excited to do that. That's kind of a new thing. That qualifies, you know? Like, if you were to... Sometimes in your head, you got to give yourself permission to do something. And by that, I mean, like, what am I trying to say? Like, I think I want to grab this again. I think I'm just going to grab this whole business here. Or at least, like, this. Oops, wrong button. There we go. I'm going to grab that, Control-C, Control-V. Then I'm going to rotate. That's the wrong one. There you go. Oop, wrong one. There we go. Nailed it. Only took that many tries. This music is... I dig it. I'm a fan. I mean, I play it, you know, obviously. Obviously, I'm okay with it. I don't really know what good, you know, magic of voxel music is. But I feel like you could do worse than this. I know I sure could. So I'm assuming that because it's got a nice pace to it, you know? And the pace allows me to not really overthink anything. And just keep going forward here. And one thing you'll notice is I kind of like botched this little spot. I don't know, I wouldn't call it a botch. I don't know what to call it. So we're going to do that. There we go. And then from here, I don't know, let's see. I'm going to erase this one right here. And I'm going to, I think I might leave it like that. I kind of like the fence post like that with a little bit of space right there. I'm assuming though that, like, you know, I can bring this out one more and it wouldn't really change the course of history as far as we know. Like, what if it did? Can you imagine that? Like, what if me making a slight decision here has this, like, butterfly effect? I could do that. Well, you know, you ever think about that? It's that weird magical thinking. You know, I've had that before. I don't really have it right now, and I know it's kind of like it's a subject that's very what do you call it? Like it's associated with some forms of like OCD or things like that, or in the sense that, you know, like, let's say if I don't microwave my popcorn exactly in that ends on an odd number, if I time it where the last digit ends on an odd number, then you know, something bad's gonna happen. Like my car is gonna get a flat tomorrow when I wake up. Put that back. Control-C, Control-V. I'm gonna drag it over here. I'm gonna eyeball it. I don't really know. I'm not really sure. I can go back and redo this, and I'm gonna Control-C, Control-V. Grab it again. Bring it out. Those seem to be equidistant. Is that the word? Equally spaced apart. If not, you can always just kind of like grab that and press Control, and then drag it over. I'm teaching myself on the job here. We're going full speed ahead, which is always where you go full speed. I think most people go full speed ahead. I don't know, like, people who go full speed behind, or yeah, right, ahead, behind. Full speed behind sounds like a genre of, like, I don't know, music? I don't know, whatever. Insert something that's funnier than what I just said. Not everything I have to say is funny, right? There we go. That's like the thing. I was always like the kid in school who, I wasn't the class clown, but I would make fun of the class clown. You know, I lived in a home where if I spoke up too loud, I'd be ridiculed, so I just learned to say things under my breath. And, you know, this is taking a dark turn, but hey, you know what? A safe place, right? Looks kind of fun so far. I'm digging the overall vibe of this little, like, porch area. It seems like a nice little place you could post up, have like a swing. Maybe I'll make a swing. I don't know. You know what? I don't know. We'll see. It may not be big enough, but maybe that's something I can work on in the future. But yeah, like, I was never really a class clown. I was the other kid, the one who would make fun of the class clown, and I'd sit in the back of the room. I was always a back of the room sitter. I think maybe in a few classes I did sit sort of, you know, somewhere in the front. I was never in the middle. I didn't like people sitting behind me, and if they were going to be sitting behind me, I'd want to be up front so the teacher could see them, because, again, you know, I came from a home where I was like, I had kind of an evil regular sister. It wasn't even a stepsister, just a regular old evil sister. and I learned to be on my guard quite a bit. You know, I was that kid. I was that kid where the teacher would be like, "Hey, I noticed that you drew a picture of bloody eyeballs," and you'd be like, "Yep." And like, anything wrong at home? Nothing out of the ordinary. Just same old, same old. I got a real DB for a sister. You know what I'm talking about? A real DB. All right, so I'm gonna make a door. I'm not really sure what the proportions are gonna be, but I think I'm gonna kind of. I think if I go like that, that's fine. It's a little wide. Here, I'm going to take that back. I'm going to put out an orthogonal view down here, and I'm going to double-click there. We're going to get... You can't even see the thing. It's like... that was the only reason I did that, so I could see where these are. Let's see. So far, we're just using basically a flat color here. I'm going to go back to free. You know, it's like they say, live free or die. Oh, you know what? Let's go back to orthogonal. Because I lost all visual confirmation of where it was. There we go. That's better. All right. So I'm just kind of like eyeballing stuff and talking random stuff also as well. Stuff is the name of my game. That's the name of. It's not even a game, but it is fun, like a game. This is not the most difficult program to use. I'm not great with honestly, I'm not really like an artist. I don't draw too well. If you know, I can draw a face, like in the sense that you know, circle, a couple of circles in the center where the eyeballs go, and then like a nose. I mean, like, you know, I'm like, I think you know what a face. We all know what faces look like, and if it doesn't have to be perfect when somebody draws a face, it just has to be close enough. And I feel like that's where my specialty is. I can do it close enough. All right, I'm gonna attach this color. I set up a brown one. But otherwise, I'm not really an artist. I don't see myself in that way. I know people who aren't what I would consider great artists who talk about how great they are at art, and it's not even that, like, I mean, to each his own. But like, I think that perfectionist tendency inside of me would never allow me to refer to myself as an artist. I just like doodling. This is basically just a doodle for me. I don't know if that's a healthy outlook or not, but. I mean, I'm having fun. I'm gonna go there. Come on. Shouldn't it be painting, or what am I missing here? Maybe color. There we go. Try that. I don't know. I do enjoy art. I enjoy artists of various descriptions. You know, who would I say I like? I would say probably somebody like I like H.R. Geiger. I'm a fan. I like the airbrushing. I don't know. I mean, the subject matter aside, I just think the person had talent and was, you know, capable of excavating the nightmares that we all have and bringing them into reality, which is a sign of somebody who I think is doing what they're doing well. Let's see. So the door right now, you know, it's a fun door. It's pretty basic. Again, I'm going to be just a little basic house. I think I'll kind of want to paint it. I'm not sure what color yet, but I do want to establish this sort of brown color. So I'm going to paint here. And then I'm going to take the other brown, which is what the color of the door is. And I'm going to go back to here. Boom, 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 boom. Who else do I like? There's an artist I like right now named Killian Ng. Really fun stuff. Yeah, really, really interesting, sort of Mobius-esque, like kinds of drawings. Not the most, like, I mean, they're very complex, but not the biggest range in terms of, like, you know, the drawings. They all have very similar DNA. They all come from, like, you can tell the artist is like pulling from like a very deep well of ideas in a lot of but the style is so distinct that they're all part of the same world. But I think that's true of most artists, right? Like, if you look at a Norman Rockwell, you're like, yeah, most of his stuff kind of looks the same, but that's Norman Rockwell. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make a window here. Something kind of fun. I'm going to leave a little bit of space so I can do a frame on it. You know, we're going to do something like that, maybe. Let's try that. And I'm gonna subtract a couple of blocks in. I'm gonna hull the house out in a little bit. So if you go to modify over here, these right here, hull will basically any voxel you can't see will be deleted. So it'll just create the shell. So everything we see now will just be a shell. Right now it's thick. It's full of voxels. It's thick. It's plentiful and thick with voxels. So, and I'm just kind of like leaving them in there right now because here I'll hit hull, or let's see, and then if I hit erase one more time, see, now it's completely empty. So if I go Control Z, and then I hit erase one more time, nope, see, it's not hollow anymore because I undid the hull. And I want to say that flood does the opposite. Flood will then refill the shape. So let's say I go hull, and let's delete that. We can see inside the house. If we go to flood, let me see. It may not actually know what to do. Yeah. I blame society on that one. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick the blue color here, and just gonna drag a line across to create the window. There's probably easier ways to do this. Here's another artist I like. There's I gotta look her name up. She's this pen. I don't want to say most of it's done like in pen and ink or pencil, and there's these gigantic, like gigantic drawings, done by hand. You can tell somebody just like spent the entirety of weeks just standing in front of this one piece. And let me see something real quick. What is going on? Why is... Oh, okay, cool. That's why. Cool. Yeah, like, you can just appreciate the craft, the amount of dedication that goes into this. I don't know how... Like, I get bored after about maybe 2 hours of doing the same thing. So I really... hold on, I'm adjusting the mic. I really don't know how people can sit around and do that stuff for that long. It's a feat. It's a test of strength and endurance and stamina, all that stuff. I think those are all the same things, maybe. But yeah, it's like it's not like I'm definitely there's certain artists that I may not necessarily like, but I will, and this isn't me like I'm not a gatekeeper or whatever. I'm just saying like I can acknowledge when somebody has put a lot of effort into what they're doing, and I can respect that. I may not like necessarily aesthetically understand or like it, but. And it's not really even up to me to give them permission to be good. And I'm not saying it that way. Like I don't like what they're doing, but I get it. I get what they're trying to do. Like, not even that. I just mean, like, there's some things that just aren't for me. Like, maybe even there's some music out there that my friends will suggest, and they'll be like, yeah, it's great. And I'll listen to it. I'm like, yeah, I like it, but like, I can respect the craft that the dedication and the... Like, what's a good example? And this is going to make me sound super pretentious, but, like, Miles Davis is, like, On the Corner... Like, it's not an album I'm going to put on very often, but when I do, it's like, oh, yeah, like, this is a person who really was, like, knew what they were doing and knew what they had in mind. They understood what they were trying to do. And maybe I'll listen to it once in a while because it is really, I'm not always in the right space for that kind of music. Meaning it's just like listening to jazz on boil. It's just going all over the place. I don't know how else to describe it, and it's not a negative. I'm not saying it's a negative in any way. I kind of have an idea. I kind of want to do... I didn't really, like, take this into consideration when I started, so what I'm going to try to do, orthogonal view, I'm going to... I kind of want to pull the window down a little bit on this side, which would be super easy to do. So we're going to do that first, which means I'm going to grab, with the marquee tool, I'm just going to grab that, the old Desaad. And what I'm trying to do is just line it up here so I can get like a better appreciation for where it should be. Okay, so now we're going to do erase this right here. There we go. And if any of this doesn't make sense, or if you happen upon this video and you want to know what's going on, I'm always down to just like talk about this stuff too. I will say that I don't know exactly what I'm doing. And that's part of the fun. And at the same time, I'm always down to just like, I'm like, why don't you tell me what you think I did? And then that way, because I don't know how to interpret what I'm doing other than I'm just sort of. This is a program that if you have OCD with things regarding like balance, you know, even symmetry, all that stuff. This is the kind of program that will play very strongly into that into that desire, that need, that thing. Let's try this. Okay, so I'm gonna raise this up a little bit. I kind of want to do some bricks. I kind of want to make some bricks in here on the house. And I think I need more space. I'm not sure what I'm going to need yet, but before we get started, I just want to make sure that I'm like giving myself enough space to work with. And I'm going to go back to attaching stuff real quick. Meaning, let's go Alt, attach. Sorry. Boom. Oop, wrong thing. I'm still teaching myself how to do this. Keep doing that. How about that? How about we go to attach? There we go. Okay, cool. So then we're gonna go. I'm gonna press Alt, grab this color. You can see it's now highlighted down here, and I'm gonna click. I mean, you can just click and drag. So I just did that to illustrate. And I just wanted to feel like a little bit more space up here, just to maybe put some stuff in. The door's a little wide, so I may end up changing that. I don't really have it. Like again, I don't really have a vision for this, so I'm just kind of like just messing around with it. Let me see. I'm gonna pick this one right here. And I don't know. Let's see. Does it look symmetric or no? It doesn't look. To me, it looks a little off. Now it looks. See, that looks a little better balanced. Let me see. I don't even know if you need that. I may end up like doing wrong thing. I may end up doing like some curtains on the inside just to give off the illusion. I'll maybe put some once I've kind of cleared out the house. Just in the sense that once I kind of, what am I trying to say? Oop, control. Well, that's kind of fun. Kind of like that. This could be like a multi-materialed house. I also just pulled I added a layer here because I'm going to subtract it as well. I'll show you what I mean in a second. Lost my train of thought too. I'm just kind of like. I'm trying to. I feel like when I did that, something happened that, like, I saw something happen that my brain's like, wait, I think I just saw something, but I don't know what it was, and now my brain can't resolve it, so I'm gonna be stuck in a loop for about an hour now. I'm kidding. No, I'm not. But I am. But I'm not. Here we go. All right, so let's just. This is gonna be. We're just gonna eyeball this real quick. You know, give it the old eyeball. I'll do that. Do that. I went thrift store shopping earlier, which is really fun because I haven't really been out shopping much in the last year. There's a thing going on. Didn't really feel comfortable going out for a long time, and I've always been a thrift store shopper. I like buying clothes that you can't really find anywhere else. You know, and not because I'm an elitist or anything, but like, I mean, I worked at a store one time, and I found this shirt at Old Navy that I liked. You know, and that's fine. I liked it, and it had like polar bears on it. I'll post a picture in Discord maybe at some point. Which, if you like, you can access the Discord via link on the Twitch page. But it was a shirt that had little polar bears on it. And I really liked it. And then the next day, because I got it at Old Navy, I saw like 2 people wearing that same shirt at work. You know, not like coworkers, but just like customers that came in. And I was just like, oh wow, all the you know, I thought I'd found the one and only of this shirt. Not that I have to wear clothes like that. No, it's not a requisite. I don't have to. But it just makes me feel like that's what I'm saying about thrift stores. I like going there because you know what you find is going to be usually one of a kind. I mean, occasionally you'll find like the same style of shirt over and over again. Like maybe let me see. maybe I'm gonna change the color of the bricks real quick to something else. I don't know what, but something that I can kind of like. Let's just go darker gray here. Okay, so I'm gonna paint. I just want to be able to see them. So like, let's go that. You know, so that way if I look at the house dead on, yeesh. Okay. Here we go. This is all trial and error. But yeah, you go to thrift store and there's like stuff that you'll see there all the time that not everybody's wearing anymore. It's kind of funny. See, now I can see at least where these are. I like. I gotta figure this out. Oh yeah, this is okay. What was I trying to do? It's like right here. I just need to go one under there. Okay, cool, got it. There's like acid wash jeans, which you know, love them or hate them. I don't know anybody here who. I mean, acid wash jeans, they have a place, right? They were big for a minute. I feel bad for acid wash jeans because they were big for a minute and then society abandoned them. They were all over the racks. I'm sure they're coming back now because I always feel like that. You know, styles always circle back because I think it usually takes like a generation or two. Like stuff that was big for Gen Xers, you know, is now starting to come back now because you know it's been long enough. People have forgotten about certain things. I feel like acid wash jeans are not like rare. I think I see a lot of people wearing them these days, or at least they have like the acid wash sort of like loose, relaxed kind of fit. Relaxed fit jeans seem to be pretty big right now. I remember when the rage was like skinny jeans, you know, like that's me. I remember that. I never really got into skinny jeans, and I remember like I had friends who would go like, yeah, the best skinny jeans to get, you got to go to the women's section at the store, you know, the section for like the women. I'm trying to say like, is there a way to say that without it sounding a little weird? But like just going to the jean section for women and buying like the skinny jeans in that department store because they were tighter, and you know they would make your calves look amazing, and they would make your shoes really pop. And now, from what I understand, skinny jeans are getting kind of like a pushback. Just the title alone, like skinny jeans, like there is a, you know, there's an argument to be made for them. You know, it's just a style, like boot cut, or you know, it's just say what they are. Because skinny doesn't mean like skinny in the sense that it's like not on its own. It doesn't really mean anything. Let's see what this looks like. It's like saying loose fit jeans. It's like, well, looser than what? You know, skinny. Well, like skinnier than what? But the idea, you know, the reason I can see why people are bothered by them because the word the skinny implies like there's something wrong with you if you aren't able to fit into them. And let's see. I kind of want to keep that going. I like that. Yeah, it's not bad. I think it's got some personality. I like that. So where do I fall in the whole skinny jean conversation? I don't know. I mean, like I see both sides. Like, and that's the thing is like I don't really care one way or the other. Honestly, that's sort of where I'm at. I don't really care. You know, I'm still struggling just to pay bills. Like that, I'll worry about that later. There is a cultural conversation to be had, but right now I'm not a part of the conversation. I'm just trying to keep my head above water a lot of times. Okay, so what do we want to do? It doesn't mean I got to disregard conversations because that's like another thing. You know, I'm not gonna be apathetic, but like I mean that's a big deal. People in retail or people who have like jobs that don't pay them very well, like you really. Like a lot of them don't have the luxury of participating in certain arguments, and like they're like, I've got other things to think about right now, and it's not, you know, I'm not, I'll chime in on this at some point, but you gotta know, I'm just struggling here, and I'll get my opinion to you about skinny jeans when I've had a little more time to sit and to just not like be scared of everything. I don't know does that take a weird turn? I don't know. I hope not. I'm just kind of like trying to fill time talking while doing this, working with this program. Been a race, but yeah, that was my point. I went to the thrift store. I do have like I do have kind of like if I'm gonna take pick a side of the battle, I think thrift stores are great. I think that buying there's okay. So here you know there's an argument for everything, and I'll bring up both here. My point is that I like thrift stores because you get to buy stuff that is secondhand. It's not you're not making people make new stuff. It's already out there. It's the materials have already been used. It's not like, it's not, you're like upcycling, I guess would be a word, or you're giving them a new life and not going to the store and uh, requiring people to make new clothes, because I mean there's a lot of good old clothes out there. And that's like a hand me downs kind of thing. Like that was a big thing in my family growing up, hand me downs. And it was weird because I had a sister, so hand me downs take on a whole new meaning when you have a sister, because there's only so many things you can be handed down. And that's not to say that I feel like just the whole generation is different in that sense that, like, now I'd probably feel more okay if like my sister's like, hey, I got some jeans, you want them? I'd be like, yeah, sure, I don't care. But like, when I was growing up, it was like that was unfathomable. But the thing is, I never got too caught up in that kind of stuff anyways, because I was always a weird kid anyways. So I was always like working on the side of the I was always on the side of like the anybody who insisted there was a right way to do something. I was always going like, no, let's find another way to do it, just to be contrarian. But I never went as far as wearing my sister's jeans to school. But if I had to do it again, maybe I would. I don't know. Like, but also I have a better appreciation for fashion now, and not that I'm fashionable. I don't have. But if I go into a thrift store, it used to be that and also I'm not moving right now. I'm just letting you know. Now I am. I go into a thrift store. I would find like maybe like 3 or 4 shirts that were, I don't know, like $5 a piece. And I'd be like, $5 a piece? How can you say no? And then I get home and be like, I don't like any of these. None of these fit. So now I feel like, I guess what I'm saying is that, I've learned to temper my enthusiasm when it comes to just buying stuff at the thrift store. Like, I have a better appreciation for what looks good on me. I have a better appreciation for what doesn't, And I think if you pick up a shirt or something and you're like, I don't know, this looks good, but I don't know if I'd wear it. Just listen to that instinct. Just listen to the instinct, because that's like that's a good indication. I mean, so many times we're not allowed to listen to our instincts. Like when you're a kid and your parents are like, eat everything on your plate. And you're like, but I'm full. Like, no, you're not. And you're like, but what? I'm not. But I feel like I'm full. Like those instincts kind of get like muted after a while because your parents or whoever are trying to be good parents, and they're just making you like not be able to listen to your own instincts. I don't know if that's a good point or not. But here's the other thing about thrift stores. Like the people have told me, like this is their complaint about a thrift store, which is that these are stores that are meant for people who don't have money, and we're like, you're buying clothes that they might have wanted to buy, or that are the reason that there's even thrift stores in the first place is so you can buy clothes. Let's see, at a discount, and then you're like, you get there and they're like, they've all been taken already. And I get that side of it too. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, everybody's gonna always find a thing or a problem with something, and it's not like a justification to just do what you want, because that's I'm not Ayn Rand. I'm not gonna tell you that you should just if it feels good, do it, and screw everybody else. I'm not gonna sit here and like espouse the virtues of a master morality. There we go. But I do think that, hold on, let me see. I'm going to erase this little block here. I do think that I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, that's the other side of things. Okay, so I'm going to paint this one. I'm just going to put another window right there. We'll see how that looks in a minute. It seems to be pretty good so far. I like it. I don't think you can put a window here without it looking a little weird, so I'm going to avoid that. I don't know how many windows I want on this house, though, also. But, okay, so yeah, I guess I would just say that when it comes to thrift stores, I don't really think about it that way. I just look for stuff I like. And also, I don't have a ton of money, so I don't feel guilty shopping there. I don't feel like somebody's going to... It's not like they check your ID, like you're poor. Or, whatever, who isn't really these days, most people. I got a story about that too. But like, it's not like they check your ID and go like, all right, how much do you make a year? Oh, you make more than 15,000? Then get out of here. I mean, 15,000 isn't even that much, but I don't know why I said that, but yeah, I'm glad that they don't do that. I'm glad they don't like you have to prove income. It's like an apartment where they want to see like that you make a certain amount. Like what is it? What's the number? It's something like you got to make at least it's like 1.5, 2.5 times like your rent or something like that. It's like you have to make at least I don't know, I'm trying to think of an algorithm off the top of my head to determine what it would what would allow them to let you into a thrift store. Like you're not poor enough to enter because you make more than an impoverished wage. You can't shop here because these clothes are for people who make less than this per year or whatever. So I'm glad they don't do that. I guess is what I'm trying to say. That's fun. You can see inside the house already. And got the little bricks. Yeah, just a lot of rambling today. I'm okay with that. I kind of want to maybe make these steps wooden, like and I think let's see what happens here. I'm gonna try to erase a chunk of these steps here. I'm just gonna eyeball it. So give me a couple tries. Let's see something like that. Maybe put like a little garden there. We'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna get the whole thing done today. At this rate. At this rate, and what am I? 40 minutes into the stream. There we go. So I'm gonna delete that. Yeah, I should probably just do this one. Take that, erase, and then we'll just kind of drag it down. Yeah, I kind of like it better like this. I don't know. I like the idea of a house that's raised up a little bit. But I also want to make this some plank maybe. There we go. So yeah, I don't really have money, so I don't really feel guilty about shopping at a thrift store. I feel worse about like shopping at a regular store. There we go. I'm going to just kind of working with this here. I'm the kind of poor where I don't know if you've ever done this, but when you're at a restaurant and you don't look at the food, you look at the price. That's sort of where I'm at. I always look at the price. I'm like, can I afford the $6.99? Like, what is it? I'll have the $6.99. Oh, you want the crab dip? Ooh, I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. I guess I'm eating crab dip for lunch with all my friends while they have jobs and can afford stuff. I mean, I have a job, but I just can't afford stuff. So I'll get the crab dip, aka the $6.99, because that's in my budget. What am I doing? I am just sort of feeling this out, honestly. Okay, cool. Because I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make it look like little wooden steps. I can always fix it too. It's not broken. You're never broken when you're playing Magic of Voxel. You can always give yourself back the thing. These are all little experiments. And each one begets a new understanding. So I'm going to go ahead and I see what I was trying to do here, and I kind of messed it up, but it's okay because I know exactly what we're doing now. I'm just gonna make like a little spot there. I'm gonna get under it a little bit more, and then yeah, there's a better way to do this. Let me go ahead and use the cube tool. Now that I got the basic shape figured out, I'm gonna just decube it. That's a word, right? That's a artist term if I ever heard one. I don't know. Steps. They shouldn't give me a problem, right? Like I've lived in a house that had stairs. It was like a little house. It's a 2-story house where I grew up. It's a town where nobody ever wanted to live, so the house was not very. It wasn't very expensive. It was one of those towns where everybody has like a front yard that's like an acre long, and wrong thing. I'm gonna press Alt and grab the color, and I'm gonna pull that out. So far, we got like what looks like it looks like it might be the beginnings of steps. I'm gonna do that, and what I'm gonna do now is I think I want the steps to be brown as well. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what these look like here in a second. But I'm gonna make a gradient for myself so that I can kind of like work with some like pixel art techniques here, which I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second. So I'm gonna press Control and Alt, and I'm gonna drag this one to here, and we'll get a gradient there. So I'm gonna go to Paint, and I'm gonna use the Pixel tool, and we're just gonna kind of like just randomly, it's like wood. That's basically what we're looking at here. So I'm just gonna grab a few of these colors while we're here. Just pick. You know, the gradient is subtle enough to where you don't really notice the difference in the colors, but you do in the way that you can see there's like definitely between these two colors here. You can see the difference, but it's not like super stark, and that allows for some fun kind of like wooden textures, I guess. So we're gonna do that. Just gonna keep going here. Boom. Yay. Boom is the technical term in architecture for well done. You're getting a raise. So let's keep going. All right. So look at that. Like these look like planks now, right? And I just need to make like a little. I think I'm just gonna get some I don't know, some wood, something under here as well. So we got little steps leading up to the house, starting to come together. The house itself, I should probably, I don't know, I don't want it to be wooden, but I've also got the stone coloring there. I gotta figure that coloring out. Right now, I'm not sure what color I want the house to be. I've got the stones to work with, and then I've also got the base down here. So I feel like maybe the base should be kind of like a gray color as well, maybe darker gray. So let me go ahead and I always say that. Let me please, can I do this? I'm gonna go ahead and make the base. I'm gonna paint it like kind of a color like this, just to give it a distinction. Give it that look that it's like it is. It's like on a platform, I guess. And we'll go from here. We're gonna keep doing like this. We are going to... There we go. So it's not too bad. I can select... Let me see. Something like that. And then... I don't know. I can make a yard as well. Like maybe put some grass and some bushes in it. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, it gives it a little more of that, like... Gives it just a fun quality, I think. I'm going to go ahead and add these in here real quick as well. Take sparse off. Sparse doesn't. I don't really need it right now, but I'm just gonna do it so I don't forget. Yeah. So I went thrift store shopping. I found about a week's worth of shirts because I've been wearing the same shirts for a long time now, and I don't have a problem with that. I don't buy clothes too often, so when I do, I do feel guilty because I was saying, if I go to a restaurant, I'll give me the $6.99. When I go to a thrift store, I'm going because the clothes are cheap, and the thing is, it's like I walk out with 6 shirts, and I'm like, and I say, this is a lot of money, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, it's under $100 for a week's worth of clothes. And I don't even mean like a week's worth. Like I'm not gonna wear them and then throw them away after a week. Like that was a good week. Like it means I have enough for every day of the week, and then I will just wear those on a loop. Like a cartoon character, the way that like Bart Simpson has been wearing the exact same clothes for the last 10 years. Or how many years? When did The Simpsons start? Like 89? 89, 99, 2009, 2009. Like, wait, seriously? Like The Simpsons have been on for 30 years? Like I think I already knew that. I'm pretty sure I already knew that. And I'm still like gobsmacked. It's been a while since I've been gobsmacked. Let's see. Okay, so the base color is there. I don't know what to paint the this right here. I feel like I could do like I don't know. I like the idea. I don't know. I was gonna say a wooden house, but the wooden house idea feels a little like tedious. Like visually, it'll just kind of all look the same. But I could do these colors that I've already assigned to the steps. Might be fun for like a. For it, I don't know. Let's. We've got stones or we got the bricks too. I'm like, that's a color I have to contend with here as well. Okay. Like, I don't know. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do here? Black house? You really? That's my. There's a part of me that's going like, yeah, just paint it black. You see a red door. I don't want to get popped for DMCA's, but. Let's do the black motif here. we will make this happen as one does. So yeah. Okay, you know what? I know why I'm doing it this way. I don't have to do it that way. I'm doing it that way because I need these bricks here that are touching the wall, so that I can distinguish them between that and the wall. Like this part, I mean, the wall where the bricks end and begin. It might even be fun to do something a little less dark, and then kind of throw that in there. You know, give it like a little variety. It is the spice of life, as is pepper and salt and turmeric. I mean, pretty much, you know, like there's a lot of spices. There's a lot of in life. There's a lot of spices. That's what I'm saying. Don't variety shouldn't get all the glory. I'm gonna go for some black stones here in the center, just to balance out the visual side of things. I'll put one right there, and then I'm gonna go back to that. Boom, boom, and then let's grab this one. Cool. Let's see. You know, it distinguishes the color. I don't know, black house. Like I mean, are we doing it? We might be. So what color goes behind here then? Like the grout or whatever you call that. The bricklaying sort of like cement or whatever it is they put between. It's a cement, right? Like they put the brick down, they put cement down, they put brick down, cement. The masons, I guess. That's like a mason. That's a mason skill. Okay. Could do a red brick house. I could do that. Here, let's try. You know, a super easy fix. Just do something like that. I think you can hear my. I think there's like a Discord on or something. It's a little too bright. I'm gonna bring a light in though. Into this whole equation. I kind of like the red brick quality. We've already got some red tones in there with the wood, and I think that I could do what goes good with red. I feel like there should be like a complementary wheel that tells you what goes well with red. I'm sure it's like probably green or something, right? I don't know. I never studied cuddle theory. I never studied cuddle theory. You know, well, if you've been depressed for 5 days, then to be cuddled for approximately 4 hours, that'll get you there. Cuddle theory. There are people who I think there is like cuddle therapy. So I mean, I'm not trying to like belittle anything. So somebody out there's like, no, I studied cuddles. I got my thesis in cuddling. Like, you can do that. These might be too close, too similar. Let me change that one. I don't want to go too crazy with the colors, in the sense that I don't want to. Yeah, there's another one. I don't want to go. I want them to be distinct without looking too dark or too not red. I don't know if that might be like a nice compromise right there. Something like a little bit of dark, a little bit of light, and then you know, when you only got so many to work with, you want to create like a thing that looks like an organic style variety. You know, meaning that like I don't want to repeat the same things over and over again, but at the same time you might have to, because there's only so many things you can do. There we go. Let's do this. Let's try this. Boom, boom. And then I think I'm going to go back to the red one here. And I've already got one above it. This is what I mean. Like, you're going to have like some overlaps here. Like, I got the red one here and red one here. But I got two of those there. I would have to create more bricks. And if I did more colors, I mean, like right here, then I would just end up with like probably too many colors, and the variety would be barely noticeable. I'd rather just stick with a couple. I think maybe that's, for me, that's like the simplicity is key. So, and I think I'm being more mindful now. I'm gonna pick something like that, and then I'm gonna go back and then be like, okay, so now you're there. So we've avoided so far a kind of repetition. Cool. There we go. That noise is popping off. I wonder. It's not my Discord. I think I'm the only one in mine, and that's okay. That's okay. I don't know. I'm setting it up as we go, so I have no real vision for it. I don't know. Can you have a vision for Discord? I kind of do, right? So my idea is to have, you know, basic general chat, maybe some. That's probably too many of those now. Maybe something like art, you know, if people want to share their art in the long run. This is what I'm thinking in the grand scheme. I've got. There we go. And I think here I'm gonna put that there. Yeah, so now we got like a little bit of variety. You know, it's pretty good. What color do I want this to be though? This is where I'm gonna run into some problems. I'm doing some tedious stuff too soon. I feel like maybe it helps. You know, we're just talking, so I'm not not married to any of these decisions I'm making just yet. And the roof, I want the roof to be a different color. Do I want the roof to be flat? I like it. I think it's got some charm to it. But I also think that let me see. I'm going to change this real quick. I also think that I would like to experiment with more than just a flat roof. I kind of want to put like a slant to it, but I also don't think I want to do that as well just yet. I kind of it gives it a fun quality being flat like that. But if I'm going to mess around with it, then let's do something like attach here. Let's see that. I'm just gonna make it a little bit thicker, you know, and then let's see. I'm not sure what to do here. I'm kind of rotating around. I just want to see if there's anything in here that might look good as far as like ideas go. The door, I still think the door is a little wide, so I'm gonna fix that real quick. So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna turn that off because I think it just keeps popping in. It's not a big deal, but just want to make sure I'm not like I don't know. I have no idea what's happening. Why it's doing that. So you gotta turn on like streamer mode or something so you can get rid of that sound. There we go. All right. There you go. I think that should help. Somebody's having a conversation, and I must be privy to it. That's a word, privy, which I think also means bathtub or bathroom. Like the privy might mean like a bathroom. And all right, so I'm gonna get into like the bigger pictures here. What color house do I want? With the red, I might maybe like something like similar to the browns we have already, but I'm just gonna mess around here real quick. I'm just gonna go ahead and see what happens if we mess around with this color as like the base color. Like here maybe. I mean, and that's the other thing. You ever like most houses have their own like kind of main color, and then there's like a secondary color that kind of makes everything pop. And that's really all I want to do is try to figure out like what can I do to bring out the colors that are already naturally in this house. Right now it's kind of an Adobe color. Once I get that painted, I'm gonna go back and like kind of mess. I can do it all at once. I think that works. Oops, wrong thing. That's, you know what? We will. I think I'm just going to do that then. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know. Maybe just, yeah, maybe I should just do that. Yeah, the red brick doesn't look as good like that, I don't think, with this color, but that's not really the point just yet. We're just here to kind of like figure out what does look okay. I feel like I can see some gray in here still. There we go. Okay, cool. Wait, there's one. There's one right there. Okay, so we got like the house kind of painted differently, but like the brick doesn't look as fun. The gray in the background's a little weird. So let's try a couple things real quick. I don't want to pick the wrong color to bring out the red. Although that's kind of nice. That's right. Like it's got some fun, that redness to it. So then, what color would the some like this gray back here be? I don't know. I'm not really sure off the top of my head. I was thinking, yeah, black house earlier. That'd be kind of fun. But let's just cycle through some colors here. I don't know. The red may be the winner. Like I'm okay with that. It's a little samey, but you know what? I also don't want to. Sometimes I got to go against my instincts and do something that is, wouldn't be my first choice, and it ends up better because I went with a choice that I wouldn't have gone with normally, and it made me think in a different way. So that's one way to frame it. And the other way to frame it is like maybe I just don't like it this way, but I also can't think of a better way to do it. So what is it? Who am I? What am I even? Pink house could be kind of fun. I like that. Then I don't know. I mean, like I'm trying to like maybe the bricks are too much. I do like the pink. I will admit, I really like that pink color. I have no real like reason to not like it, except that the bricks aren't really good for it. But then it makes me go like, well, maybe the bricks just aren't that good. Maybe I should be thinking about things in those terms instead. So let's see. Let's pink it up a little bit. Right? Like the bricks give it like a little fun accent, but they're not necessary. They don't really do much. So let me take this color here. We're gonna paint with the face tool. Maybe that should work right there. Let's see. So my thinking here is I like this so far. I feel like I'm getting caught up in details that don't really matter. But let's see. I'm doing this because I want to see what would happen if I was to do that. It's a little darker than it should be. It also needs to be more red. So let's do that. What's a good light red? Maybe it could be lighter. And then let the bricks pop a little bit more. I don't know. That's kind of fun. It gives me some ideas. The bricks should only be in the front, you know. I need to come up with a "we'll be right back" string. I may actually do that real quick. I'll just get one off the internet because I do need to use the bathroom. I've been drinking water. We'll be right back. Screen Twitch. I'm just gonna like copy paste something into the old to the thing. I don't know if this is the best way to do it. I don't want to set a bad example. But actually no, I'll just leave it there. I'll just say in progress. But I'll be right back. If anybody's hanging out, don't worry about a thing because every little thing is gonna be all right back. All right, I'm back. I'm back. There we go. Headphones are. I'm stepping on them and pulling my head down at the same time. Exciting times. I have. My arm is feeling better. I got the shot the other day, the first of the vaccine shots, and the pharmacist said it's going to feel like somebody punched you in the arm for the next few days, and she was not wrong. I'm gonna experiment with something real quick. I like the color, the pink color that we're working with here. I want to see maybe we could simulate some kind of like wooden, like some wood setup here, like a what you call it, like a wood panel, but pink, you know. And I think the best way to do that is to randomly erase an occasional line here. You know, not in a bad way. Just make them each kind of one, some bigger, some smaller. I'm going vertical, I think. And then we can do an outline. Or sorry, I'll kind of like I had a vision. Maybe I had a vision. I don't know yet. I'm not sure what this is gonna look like at the end of the day, but I'm having fun just sort of feeling it out as we go. There's a lot of things we can and can't do. I'm not going to worry about what each one means, though. I had a Beyond Meat burrito earlier today. I never really had Beyond Meat, and people who like it really like it. But I think they like it because there's not a lot of great options out there. I mean, there probably are. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I've done the research, but I don't think there's a lot of great options as far as like if you're vegan or vegetarian for meat flavored protein mass. You know, I don't know if that's the right way to describe it, but it seems to be that's how friends of mine who are vegetarians or vegans describe their non-meat substance, their non-meat substitutes. There we go. We're painting. Let's pick a different one. Okay, so maybe something like that, just to kind of bring it. But yeah, I had it in. I guess my point is like, because I also eat meat. Like I'm not like a big meat eater. But I still eat meat, and you can phrasing right. But because of that, I don't think I really. To me, it's not like that different from what I eat. But I mean, it's like I get a strong sense of what it's supposed to taste like. It does have it has the texture of meat. There's a meat texture to it. It's not necessarily like for me and my needs is something I'm not gonna jump ship and go like, okay, I'm going full vegetarian now because of this thing. Instead, it's more like, okay, I can see how this makes sense. If you're looking for something that tastes good, it's not meat, but I'm still eating meat. I'm still eating meat. I don't really. Do I have an ethical stance on it? Not really. I don't eat a ton of meat just because it takes the preparation, and I don't like to. I'm the kind of person, if I could go into a grocery store and be like, you know what, I'm gonna eat, or I'm gonna buy vegetables this week. I'm just kind of messing around here. I'm gonna buy vegetables this week. I'm gonna eat all of them, and then I'm gonna be healthy. And then I'll buy the vegetables, and then the first day I'm out the gates, and I'm running, I'm sprinting. And by 2 days later, I'm like, I don't want to eat vegetables anymore. And I hope they don't go bad in the meantime. And you know what? They probably will, because that's just what they do. They're organic. They decline. They can't stay on top forever. It's just like the Kardashians. You can't stay that good forever. Trying to say, okay, what am I trying to say here? Right now, it just looks like bad gum. There are ways to do this, and I'm not doing them the right way. Maybe I'm just kind of eyeballing stuff, though. I'm gonna see what this looks like. Interesting. I think I have another idea, though. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a big fan. I'm gonna undo all this, just to get back to what we had a second ago. I'm not really sure what I'm trying to do here. I think what I'll do, though, because I'm not sure what I'm doing, I'm going to probably take this opportunity to just sort of do a couple of just like inventory things here, meaning these are things I think I do want. I wanna kind of put a border on the roof so that it distinguishes it from the pink part of the house. You know, I want the top part to be a little more distinguishable, not distinguished. Like, I didn't have to have like a job as a sommelier or like a cigar taster. Are there cigar tasters? Wine tasting jobs? Like I mean, I get it. People out there are, they know what they're doing. They can taste a wine and tell you what kind it was and what year it was and how the acidity in the ground, all that stuff. But like, that's also a job where it's like somebody convinced somebody else that was my job. That was your job. Like, yeah, what do you do for a living? I drink wine. Like, you can do that? Yeah, I don't know. That's what I said the same thing, and then apparently I can. Apparently I can drink wine for a living. Like, how did you trick people into saying that was okay to do? And it's like, I don't know. I just sounded like I knew what I was talking about. And that is the truth. Any job that you work at, just sound like you know what you're talking about, and people will give you the benefit of the doubt. That's how like spies always do it in the movies. They walk into a warehouse and they're like, hey, do you work here? And like, yeah, I work here. I need to talk to Cliff about the things that are in this that are going on here. And like, Cliff hasn't worked here in a week. And it's like, well, then you better get your supervisor down here before I report this to the corporate. And then the person's like, yeah, I'll help you. I'll be right back. I'll get somebody here who can help you. And then the spy just kind of walks off, or the spy like says, you better do that then. And then you find out that the spy you just talked a big game. It seems like that's what it takes to be a spy. You just gotta talk a big game, pretend like you belong there. And that's how I feel like sommeliers, wine tasters, probably came about. It was like I'm gonna work drinking wine for a living. Like, can you do that? Yeah, it's a great, everybody, the world needs wine tasters. Rich people, if you drink a bad wine, you want somebody like me to tell you that the wine's bad, right? Like, you don't want to be dumb. You want to come across as smart in front of your friends, right? And that's all it is just like, you'll look cool in front of your friends. It means a lot to people like that. And so I think I'm gonna do that. Let's paint. I don't know, I'm just rambling, just filling time, just talking. Don't go. Anything I say can and won't be used against me in a court of law or a court of milk. It's a weird thing to say, but all right. So I'm going to repaint this color. Alt. I'm going to press Alt and select the color. Click on the color that I want, that pink color, and we're going to go back to painting the walls again. I just wanted to like kind of create a little bit of a. You can see there. I wanted the house to rest on top of a foundation, and I think I'm going to delete one of these. So we're going to erase. There. We're going to bring that in a little bit. Got it there. Got it there. Not too shabby. It's, we're still feeling it out. So now I think what I want to do is I'm going to create a new box, and it's going to be some grass. I think we're going to put some ground underneath this. And first I'm going to do that. I'm going to kind of shrink that down. Because right now I don't really want to work on the house anymore. I think there is stuff to be done to the house. I just don't really care at the moment. We can render it, see how it looks. It's got the makings of a house. It looks like a house. It looks like it's going to become a house at some point. But right now, it's still just kind of in those... it's in the early stages of being a house. All that good stuff. So we're going to go to... back to model. And I may have to stop streaming in a little bit. Just need to take care of a couple things. But I want to keep working on this. I want to build like the whole thing. I'm not looking to go too complex with this. I just want to have enough for this to be something fun, like just a fun little scene. Maybe I'm gonna let's go 250 by 250 by, let's go 20 or 10 maybe. There we go. So this is gonna be some ground here. I just gotta make sure that I am doing this the right way. Because I want there to be some grass, and the easiest way to do grass, if you're curious, go to the shader tool up here, then go to the shader tool over here under project. It'll say shader up top. Go to slide down to grass. I believe the program comes with these. If not, you can download them. I think on the page You want to go to attach because we're going to be attaching the shader for grass in here. We need to select some green. Down here, I need to just create a gradient for some green, and we're gonna do. I don't know if I like that. That's pretty like. That's a little gnarly, as far as just the overall like brightness of the green. So I'm going to drag here, press Control Alt, and as you can see, we've now got. We've got like a nice little growth here. The other thing you can do is I'm going to go back, Control A, delete all of the grass. I'm going to redo it. Just going to do the exact same thing, but now that I've got the color selected that I like. Before I confirm, so I'm gonna drag it up a little bit, just enough to give it kind of some personality. Like a fun lawn. It's not unkempt. I'm gonna go over here to these boxes. I'm just gonna mess around with the settings. Can change the seed, which doesn't really seem to be doing much. We got color A. Let's see, growth. So you can mess with the growth. And I believe that'll allow us to get a little more density, unless there's a density. Yeah, there's density. Okay, so right now we've got, it's kind of fun. It's got a fun little quality to it. What is the growth going to do? Do that. Yeah, let's do something like that. And then we can go to here. My thing is I don't want to make this step look too crazy. Like I want it to be a little bit above the grass. We can always adjust this. It's not a big deal. And then mode, I think, just changes the color that appears the most in there, and that sets it. So the colors here are pretty similar, meaning that we're gonna see the gradient's not gonna be as gradienty. Is that the word? Look at that. We got a little grass scene already. We can also make this a little more interesting as well by just doing something like clicking on that. I'm going to tab over to the world view. I'm going to hit Control C and Control V. We're going to drag this over. Let's see. Yeah, do something like that. Then I go Shift, connect both of those. I'm going to go Control C, Control V. We're going to do, so now I've got like both of them selected. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to do the same thing. Shift, and then we're just going to move them both over here. And I'm going to pull these forward to here. And I'm going to take this, and we're going to pull these forward. I'm pressing Shift to collect both of them at the same time. Then I'm using the arrows to drag them over. And if you see there's a little bit of overlap, and that will show up usually in the model itself once you render it. So I'm going to try to make sure I'm not overlapping too much. Or at all, I guess. There we go. So now we got this little house here just in the middle of a grass field. We're going to render that. Take a look. This might be where I stop it for now. I'm going to save and we can pick this up tomorrow. I don't like the roof color though, but that's fine because I can change that real quick. To what color? Let's go. You know what? I mentioned that I liked black earlier, so let's tab over to here, and then let's paint bucket paint. Control Z. Let's try this. Yeah, it's not that. I mean, it is that, but I don't want that one. Let's try. I'm gonna select all of these top pixels here, and then I'm going to paint. There we go. Let's see what it looks like. We've got a black roof, pink house, the concrete that's like right here. It's pretty plain right now. I'll admit this doesn't look great yet. It's getting there though. We need to put more mirrors. I might put like mirrors. We need to put more glass in here. And then, I mean, maybe even, I don't know. Let's see. Let me tap down. We could do something like that. It's a little more boring, but it may make it feel like it's actually in the scene. Maybe not. There we go. I don't know. So I'm gonna handle some of these problems when we stream it next time. But I'm also gonna take the video at some point and just do like a time lapse with it, and from there we'll what am I trying to say? We will start to like add new things into there, maybe some trees. Maybe even make the scene a little darker so the sun is, let's see. just to kind of maybe give it more of a personality, because right now it's pretty basic. It's not terrible. I mean, like it's got legs. It's I can see this doing well. Part of me wants to add has a problem with the roof. I think that's part of what the problem is. I like it as it is. Here, I'm gonna tab into the world, into the object. I'm gonna delete. I just think the roof is a little boring, and I don't think it's gonna resolve itself unless I let's go 250. I don't think it's gonna fix itself unless we I'm gonna do a 200 by 200 by 200. This way I can get like a roof tool. So one thing that I do if I'm making a roof is this will be kind of like maybe the last thing I do real quick. I'm going to go here, I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go to attach. So I'm going to take this line tool, and I'm going to draw something like this. Let's see. And then I'm going to go something like, maybe like this. And then the point of this is that I just want to give the house a little more personality. And I think the way the roof was is just a little boring. And that's okay. I mean, that's the thing. We're not going to get this right the first time. Despite our more ridiculous perfectionist tendencies, it's not how it works. So I'm trying something else here. And this is just a technique that I like to use when I'm building roofs. It's draw on the wall, just to give yourself like something to work with here, and then do something like that. So what the point is here? We are I'm gonna add that in there. The great thing about this being like dead on to the side is that we can just add pixels in without having to worry about like the pixels being shoved in at an angle. This is like a 90-degree. Perpendicular. See, a couple of them have kind of clicked there. You know what? I take it back. No idea what I'm doing. No, we're gonna do attach and then go to this and click on 8. We're gonna go to color because then that means everything here. And so check this out. We're just gonna drag the roof across the thing, and then I'm gonna do the same thing over here. My lack of professionalism is coming through, but that's fine because what we're going to see here is a roof that is now it looks a little funny. I don't know why that's funny to me, but it is. Here we go. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. This is probably I'm just kind of like freestyling here. Or as my friend might say, I'm going commando. I have no real plan of action. Just letting the moment happen as it happens, so that I can. All right, cool. All right, so I'm probably gonna end it after this. I got a message I need to respond to real quick. Oh my. Okay, hold on. Okay, I got a fun message from a friend. So, all right. So I'm still here. I know it's hard. I don't have a camera. I should probably get a camera. All right, cool. Just responding. I know I've never been historically. I haven't been a great text responder. You know. I leave people out in the cold sometimes. Not because of anything that they did wrong or anything I did wrong. It's just sometimes I'm not in the mood to get back. You know, I'm like what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't really want to talk about it right now, and so I don't. All right, so I'm going to. There we go. So this is it's a weird looking house, right? I gotta admit that does not look the greatest. And part of it is because I think a big part of it is gonna have to do with this right here. Let's see. I mean it's kind of fun. There's some interesting ideas here at play. But as it is, I think I'm gonna have to like I'm gonna have to do two things. One, I'm gonna tab out. I'm gonna delete, 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 and then I'm gonna drag this one away real quick. We'll come back to you, and then from now, okay. So now I just want underneath the house. We're gonna jump back into this one, and then I'm going to delete basically any roof right here. So that's gone. I'm gonna delete the roof here. That's gone, and I'm just gonna kind of shave off that right there. And then now when we look at it, we will have a roof that's kind of like directly over the parts where there is actually a house. I need to bring. Let's see. I need to. It looks like it's wearing a hat. It's like I'm like, do I like this at all? I don't know. It's one of those areas where I have no idea if I like what I'm doing right now, and I'm just having fun, kind of like experimenting. All right. So yeah, a friend of mine took some tests recently for certification for a career and passed. They'd been sitting in that limbo where, you know, when you take the tests, you know, you're like, okay, I took the test, now I think I have to wait until like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Like, how long do I have to wait for? All right. I don't know. I'm like a little on the fence about this style of roof. It's a little different because of the rounded part right here. I have to figure this out. I think I'm gonna get rid of the roof just for now. Nothing personal. This is why we do it this way. There we go. There we go. And we may just have to pick it up here next time. And I think I will also grab. Sorry, this last part of the stream is a little off the rails, but I am. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that just the shape of the house is off. I can always do a new house. Not a big deal. We could do like a little. I have some ideas in mind also. This was just something I thought would be kind of a fun design. There we go. Let's pull that out. Grab you. I kind of like it. It's just not coming together as obvious as I would like it to. But also, I've spent the better part of like a week on a single house, and it came out fine. It came out good at the end, and I think we're just kind of in that initial phase where I'm trying to go like, what is it? What is your secret? Tell me your secrets, house. What do you want me to do? And I think I've got a couple. Maybe I got too many ideas going on here. I got the bricks. I got the thing here. I got the porch. The roof is a little weird. And maybe even let's see. Maybe there's just too much house. Also, let's see what this looks like. Like a little house like that's almost like a little bit better. There we go. And the music's definitely giving me a whole different vibe than like everything feels so. Everything feels so immediate and necessary. The music is so grand. Okay, grab that. Yeah. There we go. All right. So I think this is where we're gonna let off the gas off of this stream. I'm gonna leave it like that for now. I'm glad I took the back part off. It's there, or it's like an option if we need it. I can always go back and add it. But right now, I think start with less house. I'm still learning the program or teaching myself how to use it again. I think there's something here. I've always wanted to do a house on a slab. I'm just kind of struggling to figure out if this is the right way to do it or not. That being said, like, let me just try. I'm also gonna keep going back to this if I don't stop now. Like a little house like that's kind of cute. So there's some stuff there. I'm gonna save it as is. I'm gonna leave it as it is. I'm gonna save this file. I'm gonna name it what's today? 05202021. So that way I know which one it is. So all right, gonna end stream here, and we'll be back probably tomorrow. I don't know. I'll hopefully stream a little bit earlier. I am just kind of streaming when I can right now. And I'm going to come back to the drawing board. I think I got an idea. Maybe some trees. We'll get some trees built for it. Maybe I think I'm going to take a step back from the house and leave it here, and I'm going to start building around it. And then from there, maybe we can go back and figure out if this is even what the house we want to look like or what we want. If I want to add more bricks in, it's something I can do. But for now, this is what we're dealing with. We got a little house situation going on. We've got let's see. That's kind of fun. Get a little bit of fun lighting on it. Rotation. Let me see. That's kind of fun. Yeah, you know what? There's maybe I think we'll get there. I think there's something here. It's just gonna take a few more streams, I think, but that's part of the fun. So I'll catch you next time.